Hello everyone, and welcome to issue 39 of our newsletter. Before we begin, I just have to thank you for your support and for helping the channel to grow. Your contribution as always is appreciated. Well folks, here we are another week, and we are busy as always. Just like to say thanks everyone that's turning up now in the live chat. It's great to see that we're getting a bit of a community built and people coming on board and not just putting questions to the channel but talking with each other. That's what we're looking for at the end of the day. It's all part of the discussion. The reason to do this newsletter is to let you know what's coming up so that you can get a chance to watch the movie or what it is we're doing beforehand, get an idea and then join in rather than just doing the pre-recorded scripted reviews. That's what we're kind of here to do. It's basically a group of friends just talking about movies and horror and their love for it and playing games. That's what it's all about. So thanks for everyone that's coming on board. It's great to have you, and I see when we're on the stream there's other folks watching at the same time, so don't be afraid to say hello. We broadcast simultaneously to YouTube, Facebook and Twitch, so if you're in any of those platforms, type a comment or in the chat and we'll see it. Can't promise to get to everything because like I said, it's getting busy now, but we'll try and give you a mention. But there's plenty of people in there who will say hello as well, so like I said, it's all about part of the conversation and just sharing our love for horror. So let's get straight into it because we've quite a few things ahead as always. Saturday 20th of July, we are releasing a horrific tale. This is issue 2 of the Beyond Valley of the Scaly Monsters. So I've done something a wee bit different with the images, so I've resized them and made them all standard. Let me know if you prefer that to when I did the original strip. The original strip I kept the panels the same. To me it just felt a wee bit disjointed, but I'm trying to keep it obviously within the theme of the show. If you see the first one, The Werewolf Strikes, I kept the panels the same size. I just thought some of them, particularly the long thin ones, didn't look too good, and the morphing between them didn't look fantastic. Let me know if you prefer this and I'll keep doing it. However, if you're happy with the way it was before and you think it looks more authentic, let me know also. Like I said, just trying to get a bit of a gauge as to what looks better. And yes, I have my opinions, but at the same time, you are the folks watching, let me know what you prefer and we can move forward with that. To me, it's pretty much the same work doing either. It's not a great hassle resizing them because I have to clip them out anyway for the channel. So just to let me know and we can carry on and do that. Monday 22nd of July, I'm on again with Steve as we continue our look at the Hammer Horror franchise with the two faces of Dr. Jekyll. So this is the Christopher Lee one. Yeah, Christopher Lee's in this, not Peter Cushing, so be interesting to see how that turns out. I can't remember this one, honestly. There's about 64 Hammer horror movies when we went and searched them, so we've got quite a bit to cover, and yeah, the main ones sort of stay in your mind, but some of the ones like this don't really. I'll probably have seen it. Like, it was the same with The Brides of Dracula. I'd seen it, but it's just been so long that it didn't stick in the brain, and obviously that one, we know why. But we're hoping to get a good movie again because we've had a couple of disappointments looking back, and that's what this is all about. Do we view these movies through the nostalgia lens, or do they hold up, or was the film productions just as fallible back then as they are today? That's what we're kind of doing this deep dive for, just to look at how, also the history of cinema, because we're literally watching it unfold in front of our eyes. Like, we're seeing the new techniques being brought in, we're seeing the change from the stage show to the moving picture to actual films being produced. This is a journey. It didn't just happen overnight, and we're watching it in front of our eyes, and it's, to me, it's fascinating watching this and how it's transparent. But I'm also, my focus is the storytelling and the characters. That is the fundamentals of everything. Doesn't matter how old the movie is, if it's got a good story and the characters are portrayed well, I'm on board. And Steve is an aficionado of the sort of classic genre. He loves looking for the movie mistakes and even back then the things that happened. It's great just having a different perspective as well. That's why I love having the team on board, all the different voices that we have in the channel, because it just makes the conversation better rather than just me with, I have my opinions on things and I have my lens I look through, and it's good to have someone else on board with a different lens, and then we'll just get a better experience. But there you go, look forward to that one, and hopefully it's a good movie and we can have fun. Tuesday 23rd of July, I'm back on with Brotherhood of the Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales as we carry on with the Alien RPG. So this is session 16 of the Dracona Strain trilogy, Strife of Worlds, and we're right into the final act, so it could either be finished this one or possibly one more session. Like, we're right there, we're in the sub-levels, things have just went wrong. We've lost more party members, a few scraggly survivors have turned up, and yeah, do we want to actually solve the mystery or do we just want to get the hell out of there? That's kind of where our characters are at. With the loss of Wright, the motivation to try and get down there to save her is out the window now. So do we really need to find out? That's the kind of debate within the squad that's happening now, which is cool. It's good to see this being played out. We're not just going paint by numbers, we're role playing it out as a military squad that have basically everything's went to pot. So the comfort of the core and the structure has basically went out the window because the world's gone to shit, basically. What started out with the conflict with the UPP has just went to a completely another level, and how do people deal with that are used to act in a certain way, used to getting their orders, used to having support, you're having to make your own decisions, and then is the mission still the mission, or is it just now a scramble for survival? And it's good to actually play that out. Yes, as players we'll want to see how it all turns out, but at the same time you're sort of weighing up as your character, going, well, would my character act like that? I know mine, the one I'm playing at the moment, certainly wouldn't. So it's good to bring that into the mix, and we're not trying to derail the game, we're just trying to bring that third dimension to it, and a lot of fun. But there you go, check that out and see how we end up. Thursday 25th of July, I'm on with Dale as we continue our look at Australasian horror with Housebound, and this is one we had to put back, and I'm looking forward to talking to Dale about this. Once again, it's dark New Zealand comedy. It's that dark humour I absolutely love and adore, so I'm right on board with it. I did not know what to expect with this movie, but I'm glad we did it, and of course it'll be fun to talk to Dale about it, and I'm sure we'll have a laugh with this one. Friday 26th of July, I'm back on with the folks of Brotherhood of Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales as we discuss Alien Covenant. Mark thought he had escaped this one by going hiking for a week, but there is no escape from the terrible sequels. There is no escape from the Ridley Scott duo. I'm sorry, Mark. We'll wait till the end of time to get you on board. You're not getting away from this. It's all good. No, we had to put this back because obviously real life stuff. Mark's took part, it's like a charity event, like a week long, do 80 miles in like 5 days or something. So fair play to him. I think he wraps that up today as I'm recording this. So fair play to him. So his punishment is he has to watch Alien Covenant. There's no escape from it. God, this is a terrible movie. I can't wait to see if somebody tries to defend this. It is going to be hilarious. The thing is as well, you can watch an absolutely god awful movie and still have fun reviewing it. Like that's part of the enjoyment of just ripping something apart that just doesn't deserve to exist. And that's basically what this movie is. But it'll be interesting to see what other opinions are. Or is this just going to be a universal no from everyone? We shall find out. Sunday 20th of July, I'm back on with Cameron as we do the Talk Spot. So that's our monthly roundup of horror news and events and stuff going on with the channel. And we are concluding the Hatchet series with Hatchet of Victor Crowley. So this one is set 10 years after the events of part 3. So I don't know if Mary Beth's going to be back or anything, but part 3 just ended in absolute carnage and she looked like she was on her way out. So we'll see anyway. I have enjoyed this series. Like, what should it be? Just a forgettable slasher? It's actually turned out to be one of the more thoughtful franchises. Like, this has been made by horror fans for horror fans and people that love the genre, and I was actually kind of surprised, if I'm honest, from having no idea as to actually how good it is. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how Victor Crowley turns out and how this, I don't know if they're planning to do anymore. Obviously Cameron is the super nerd about this. He has went way into the background and stuff, and I've now got another bloody book to try and finish before the end of next week, I Survivor. So yeah, that's the character. Andrew Chong is credited as the author, so it's like a break the fourth wall tie-in, I think. Yeah, I'm going to get stuck in that this weekend and hopefully have it finished for Sunday so we can talk about that too. But this could be the end of the franchise, or well, there might be another one, I don't know, but we'll have fun talking about it anyway on Sunday. Tuesday the 30th of July, I'm back on with Chris as we talk about Sharknado 4. There's 2 more after this. We're nearly there, nearly done. This is the Las Vegas one, so I think this is not as horrible as the rest. This is set 5 years after the event of Sharknado 3, and I saw What's Her Face's April picture, so obviously people voted that she survived, and the baby will be a toddler now and stuff. So God, I just hope it's not as horrible as the rest. Like, those main characters, and it's just, they don't land with me whatsoever, and how they've managed to stay this long with this franchise is just ridiculous. But it's a product of its time. It obviously had the hype and the fan base, and I suppose fair play to it for that. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a fun time talking about it. I'm pretty sure there'll be a crazy theory thrown in there as well, so look forward to that. Friday the 2nd of August, I'm on again with Flea as we continue our look at horror anime with Akira. Yeah, we'll have to do this one. Like, you cannot talk about anime, you can't talk about manga, you can't talk about horror without Akira. Akira is the one that just opened manga to the world, and I challenge anyone to say otherwise. There might be a beard stroker out there who's like, well, actually, this, no. This is the movie that just opened manga to the world, and look how it changed the face. Look at the state of comics, look at how manga has just taken over. Look at anime as a genre itself. So much fun, and it really does take things to the next level. Like, you can see Western animation getting influenced by it, and the sort of safe cookie cutter stuff that's produced it's just not enough. If you've watched anime in any shape or form, it does not hold back, and that's what I enjoy about it. So obviously we're looking for the stuff that's definitely horror orientated and more, which is difficult difficult with anime because, like I said, because of the nature of it, it can all be classed as horror because that's sort of anime culture. Like most of the movies and series do have that horror slant, so you can almost just cover them all. So we're trying to find those ones that are definitely right there in the horror genre. And Akira, definitely science fiction horror. You can't argue with it. So anyway, it'd be good to have Flea on again and talk about this stuff, and it's just another aspect of the horror genre that we can look at. Saturday the 10th of August, I am on with Steve, Anthony Caro and Chris Regan as we discuss Frankenstein in film. So this is following on, Steve and I hosted the Dracula in film discussion, so this is kind of following on from the, I don't know what we're calling it, monsters in film or characters in film or something. It's that sort of topic anyway. Of course, we're talking about Dr. Frankenstein and its iconic monster and just all the iterations. So we're welcoming back Anthony Caro, who we've featured Loyal Gorzo, and he's been on the show for a horrific chat, so good to have him on board. And we're welcoming Chris Regan. He wrote the movie Paintball Massacre, which I reviewed there recently, and yeah, you can check that one out. I don't understand why I got the hate it did, like the nastiness in the comments. It just doesn't make sense, because actually in terms of movie, it's actually for what it is, it's actually quite decent. So there you go, there is that. So it'll be good to talk to Chris and get his views. And yeah, we're just going to basically look at the iterations of Frankenstein as monster throughout film. So that's traditional comedy, alternate looks, and all that kind of stuff, and how the characters evolved and how people have sort of put their spin on it in the different flavours, etc. And probably give our top threes and worst iterations, etc. And as always, good to have a chat. I like these sort of topical panel discussions. I know we don't do too many of them, but when we do, it's usually a good conversation and just going a bit more behind the curtain, if that makes sense, about the horror genre and what maybe the thought process is behind a lot of these iterations and how they came to be, and more importantly, how they've stood the test of time. Like, there's a reason why these characters are part of the cultural zeitgeist as opposed to the other ones, and why there's been attempts to bring new characters in the field. What is the magic that brings them to the screen and makes them stay there? So it'll be a great chat, great to have folks on board, returning and new, and having that conversation. And finally, Sunday 29th of September, we are having the birthday talk spot. So everybody's Del, Chris, Steve, Cameron, we've finally got a time to do this, and it's our 4th anniversary. So we're just going to talk about the channel, what's been achieved, how it started out, where it changed, where it stayed the same, how things have grown, what the plans are for the future, what everyone's got from taking part in it, all that kind of stuff. At this point, I would like to invite folks to send a birthday message. So if you want, email the channel, record a video, less than a minute, just saying happy birthday to the Horrific podcast. And what we'll do is I'll sort of send an email out. So if you're on the email list, you'll get more details on what it is I'm looking for. So basically what I do is the week of our birthday, our official birthday is the 26th of September. That's when the podcast burst into the world with a mighty roar. Yeah, I just want people to celebrate, just let's have a bit of a uplifting week and just say happy birthday, tag the channel. What I want to do then is on the birthday stream is those Ascend videos. I want to basically play them, just get a wee collage together of people saying happy birthday and take it from there. So please get involved. Like I said, closer to the time, I know it's a bit early, but I know it takes folks a bit of time to get things put together. You've all got busy lives, I'm sure, and if you can spare a minute or two to, which as well, it's always greatly appreciated. So there you go, that's it for now. As always, this is not a definitive list. This doesn't count our news articles and other streams that come up. So just needs to say, until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the typey clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.